All right, guys, I just wanted to share something with y'all, man. Yeah, about these wheels again, in case some of you missed it. I had somebody say something. This is lead, guys. This is just lead strips. And of course it got adhesive on the back side. When you get it, when you buy it, you know, it looks similar to this. Much haven't come off of this roll. Don't look like a lot, but it's quite a bit, you know, because you don't need a whole lot. It's very rare that you'll cut more than a 1/4 inch off of here. So it goes a pretty good ways. But you got another option, guys, if you got a glue gun. Glue gun, clean them wheels, which you got to clean them anyway. You clean them wheels and inside, and that glue, man, act as a weight also. You put that glue on there and you spin it, and then slow it down and let it stop, of course, like this. Let it stop, and you want to mark that top spot. What you want your wheels to do, man, is stop rolling. The perfectly balanced wheel, it's going to stop. It's not going to roll back. It's not going to slow down, then speed back up and go the other way, none of that. A perfectly balanced wheel will stop. A closely perfect balanced wheel will do that right there. That ain't bad. That's passable. That's passable right there. That's pretty good. But in a perfect world, you want it to stop, man, and not move anymore. It's perfect. But you can take that wheel off and you can hold your balance in your hand. And you can feel whether if it's real bad, cause that thing it'll shake out your hand. You can leave it on the table and do it, and it'll almost flip the balancer. That right there is pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. But when you slow it down and it stop rolling, man. If it stop rolling, don't go backwards. You got it perfect. It's kind of hard to get it perfect, but you know, if you get it close like it just did, then that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's passable right there. Sometimes wheels, like I said before, they have a couple of heavy spots in them. So you might think you have it balanced, but you might have to tap and put a little bit somewhere else. See, that ain't bad at all right there, guys. Yeah, that ain't bad at all. Now I could tap a little bit. I could tap a little bit more. Once it stopped rolling, you want to find that top spot, because that's going to be your lightest spot. So that's where you're going to put your weight or your glue. So I just take it. And I just put another little bit of dab in there. Then I'll spin it so that glue can flatten out. And I just go through the same thing again and see. But your hot glue works well, man. It works real well. That's what you want it to do right there, guys. That's what you want your wheel to do. And another thing that I was saying about the wheels, guys, none of them is perfectly balanced. So always when you put your wheel on there and it's kind of wobbly a little bit, guys, not balanced, I said balanced. It's kind of wobbly. Pull it out. You don't have to take your nut off all the way if you don't, you know, some wheels anyway, depending on how long you spin a wheel. But take it off and catch that, just turn it, rotate it, catch that next hex setting, set it back in there, man. But once you find that good spot, guys, because 9 times out of 10 it will be one. Yep. Once you rotate them wheels, you put it on the first time and it might wobble pretty bad. But take it loose and go around one more time, set them back on there. But when you find that good spot, mark it. That way when you take them off to balance them next time, because you have to balance your wheels periodically sometime, depending on what kind you got. Take and mark that hex spot. Then you take and mark on your, trying to get it up here where you can see it, guys. Then you take and put you a little spot on your hex. That way you'll know exactly where it come off, and you don't have to go through all that again, guys. You know, you can just line that up, line them 2 spots up, and set it back on there. Now, keep in mind that wheel, of course, got to go back up in that same spot. Now, if you rotate them, you want to do the same thing again. Because if you're doing speed runs, guys, keep in mind, man, you can take and have your car up off the ground and give it a little throttle. And if you see these things shaking real bad, you don't want that. You know your wheels is unbalanced, man. And you looking at these A-arms and stuff and your eyes can't hardly focus on them, that means they shaking real bad. And if they shaking real bad, they going up and down. And that's the same thing your wheels gonna be doing on the highway. And if your wheels doing it on the highway, guy, keep in mind you don't have full traction. Yep, you don't have full traction. That means it's not contacting that road like it should. So you don't have all the traction that you can have. If that wheel is out of line like that, and if it's shaking and you got it up off the ground and giving it some throttle, man, that's the same thing it's doing when you're doing your speed run. Yep, and that ain't good. But just wanted to share that little bit with you guys, man. If you don't have if you got a heat gun, you know, this glue, it's and you can get it off if you need to, but it's permanent enough that it's not gonna just come off. It works well, but you do, man, and having your wheels balanced, guys, especially if you're doing speed runs, it's important. Yeah, it's important because you want all the traction that you can get. Yep. And something as simple as balancing a wheel, man, you know, that's nothing. That's nothing to do. You know, you can get this stuff on Amazon. It costs hardly nothing, man. It'd be a little bit more than this, but like I say, that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit, man, because you won't be cutting off but a little bit of, you know, probably less than a 1/4 inch at a time, man. Because if you cutting more than a quarter, you most likely you don't cut too much off. And I mean, a little bit of that tape goes a long way when you balance your wheels. Now, like I said before, guys, I'm sure somebody probably make one, but I've not found one that rotates that can balance the 12s good. And really the reason for that is because you dealing with the 12s, guys, unless you're dealing with a 12 that's on the, you know, the bigger side, like your 86 millimeters and, you know, 103, 105, stuff like that, which, you know, there are some. But if you're dealing with a 12 and you're dealing with some small phones of this size, it goes on something like the Larlo, yeah, I haven't found one that can balance these. And they're so light that 9 times out of 10, you know, or 9.5 times out of 10, you don't need to balance these. Yeah, they too light to balance anyway, you know, and I've found that they pretty well balanced. But like I say, I've never found one that would continue to spin actually freely. Yeah, I haven't. Maybe somebody else have. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that little bit with you, man. Y'all have a great day. Blessed day, man. Peace, like, subscribe, share. Share. That's what I do, man. I try to share anything I find out or figure out or experience, guys. I try to share it because there's enough people that's not sharing. And some of us trying to learn, man, and need little tips. I was, so, and still is. So, yeah, we got enough people that don't share. Yeah, and try to make sure you can't see what they doing, their gears and all that. Yeah, I know I've said all this before. I ain't finna get deep back into it, but anyway, I'm always gonna share, guys. And this is some, you know, y'all wanna ask me, man. You know, I'm respond, but I'm still kind of new. So, cause I going through my YouTube through some of the comments the other day, and I don't remember seeing them, you know. So I'm still trying to figure out, you know, all the ins and out of the YouTube, man, because I see comments that I hadn't responded to. I apologize, man. I didn't see them, but I was looking at a whole nother thing like the YouTube studio or something like that. I'm like, wow, I ain't seen these, man. But guys, y'all got a question for me, man. I'm always answer you. Yeah, always. You want to know the gears I'm running, man? I'm not trying to hide nothing, man. Period. I'm always try to help, help you go fast. I want to let's everybody go fast, special ones that's that's new in this, man. I guess I cannot call myself new anymore, but I don't know everything, but I'm gonna always share what I do know. If you ask me something about gears, I can get up to some decent speed. So, you want to know something about what I got me at this speed, man? You ask, I'm telling you. Anyway, peace, like, subscribe, share.